Hi everybody, Lori here from Unique in the Creek, and today I'm going to be making Santa. We can't end the wreathing Christmas season without making a Santa. So I'm going to be using our Unique in the Creek vinyl insert, a character board, this really funky hat that's it turns colors, and look how sparkly, and then I have this sparkly ribbon I was thinking of using. We're using some Deco mesh that is a snowdrift. This is 10 yards by 10.5 inches. I'm going to throw some lights on it. We're just going to have a little bit of fun and end the season with a bang with Santa. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my decal on. I want to make sure that there's no glitter or anything on my board. I'm going to peel the Santa off the paper. Now it's really sticky, so make sure you don't fold it over on itself, because then you'll have some problems. Alright, and then I'm going to put it on the center of my board. So I just kind of fold it in half, and I'm looking right down Santa's nose, and right here is the very middle where the number 1 is, and I'm just going to lay it down just outside that first row of holes. Hold it up. He's crooked, so as long as you don't press down on it and activate the adhesive, you'll be okay. Oh, much better. All right, so now I'm just going to smooth it out with my hand from the center, working my way out. Okay, and then if you have a squeegee or something to, like a Mod Podge, or even a credit card or something, and put a cloth on it and then smooth it out, it really forms to the board like this and sticks. But you don't want to use just a credit card or a debit card or whatever, because it'll make scratches on your vinyl. So there we go. Now this is on really, really well. And these stickers are UV protected as well. So there we go. We got our frame and our sign all in one piece. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my mesh. No, now I'm going to put my lights on. I'm going to put my lights on. And we do sell these lights on uniqueinthecreek.com. And you can also get the board and the vinyl there as well. But the first thing I'm going to do is, before I ever start putting the lights onto my wreath, I make sure they work. Nothing like getting through a wreath and it's absolutely stunning and it doesn't work. So put your batteries in just to check to make sure they work. And they work. Yay. Now these are timered batteries. So once you put them on, they stay on for 6 hours and then they shut themselves off after the 6 hours, and then they turn themselves back on after 18 hours. So you never have to remember to turn your wreath lights on and off. Okay, so they work. Okay, I'm going to tape my lights to the board, and I'm going to use just normal regular Scotch tape, and I'm going to face the lights in towards his face, and I'm just going to tape them down. Now we want to make sure a wire goes through the holes. Okay, so just involves a little bit of Scotch tape. Okay, once you got your lights on, we're going to cut our mesh. Now, I am using the old board for this wreath. So the old board has just 8 holes on row 1. The new board has 16 holes on row 1. So I'm using the old board. So I'm going to cut 8 pieces of mesh at 20 inches long. Okay? If you have the new board, you can cut 16 pieces of mesh at 10 inches long. It's totally up to you. This is going to be for the outside ruffle. And I'm going to cut 2 rolls at the same time. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces at 20 inches. Okay, so I put 30, so I'm going to cut it at the 10 here. There's 1, 2. In this wreath, we are going to be using the 2 rolls together. It is going to be a very full wreath. 4. But very easy. 6. I love this mesh because it really does look like snow. So it will look amazing for Santa's hair and beard. Okay, so I got 8 pieces at 20 inches. Alrighty, I'm just gonna put these in a pile. Okay, so I'm gonna take a zip tie and I'm going to put a zip tie down hole 1. Now I'm trying to make sure that I got some of the lights that are going to be in the light wire is going to be in part of the zip tie. So that way we've taped the lights on, but once it's zip tied on, when the tape wears off, the lights are not going to fall out. Okay, so I'm now going to take a piece of this 20-inch mesh and I'm going to ruffle it up. Just scrunching right down the middle. The finished factory edges are on the side. And I'm just making a ruffle just like that. And then I'm going to take this ruffle and I'm going to put it on the board where I put this zip tie. And I'm going to wrap the zip tie around the board and the ruffle. Okay, and bring it towards the outside of the board. Just like that. And then pull it tight. Okay? And we're going to do all 8 of them exactly like that. So again, I'm putting my zip tie in. I got some of the wire in there from the lights. Put my long 20-inch piece right in front of me. Unless you're using the long, new board, you can do, like I said, you can do it 10 inches. Ruffle. Put it on the board and put the zip tie around the outside. Okay, once you're done that row, you're going to go around and you're going to clip off your zip tie tails. Alrighty, and now we're going to move on to the next row. And we're going to preload this row open, which means going down one hole on row 2 and coming back the other. Okay, once we got our board preloaded, I am going to take these 2 rolls of mesh and I'm going to be using them together. I'm going to have this really, really full. Now, you can do this with just 1 roll of mesh, but I wanted it really, really full, so I'm going to be using 2 rolls. So I'm going to be scrunch up the center. Okay, and I'm just going to anchor it wherever. Just pick a spot. Okay, pull it nice and tight. And now I'm going to pull the 2 rolls out. 1, 2, 3 spots. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Pull it out. That where my hand is, I'm going to bring it, loop it up, and bring it to that zip tie that's next in line. Okay, I'm going to pull again 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. Pull it out. Pull it back to the next wreath hole, or the next zip tie hole. And we're going to do this all the way around row 2. Now I'm using this snowball mesh, so it likes to attach itself to each other, but it makes a wonderful effect. So the issues with it sticking to itself will be worth it. So go around and make your poofs. Okay, once you come to the anchored part, I'm just going to go right over top of where I anchored it. I'm going to cut that zip tie tail off, and I'm just going to put another zip tie there. so I can make the very last poof. Like I said, you can do this with one roll of mesh, but when you see the effect of the 2 rolls, you'll see why it's worth it. And you should have enough on both rolls to make another wreath like this. Okay, so I used about half a roll of each, so I still have enough to make another Santa. Okay, now I'm going to go around and just clip these zip tail ties off. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open the poofs. Okay, so now I'm going to open the poofs. I'm going to take one, grab the other one from the inside, and pull it out. There we go. So we've got 2 separate pieces. Okay, open one towards the bottom and one towards the top. Just like that. Grab 2 pieces. Now you don't have to probably pull the inside one completely out. There we go. You just want a nice and full poof. However, if you pull the inside one out, you can twist the top and the bottom and make like a serpentine kind of chain poof. It's almost like a weave. Okay, so we're just going to do that all the way around. All right, there we go. We have Santa's face done. Let's check our lights. Our lights are working still. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna fix the outside of this ruffle. Just kind of folding down the cut edge towards the back, and then butting the ruffle against each other so you don't see any of the cut edges. Okay, looks good. There we go. We have a big, huge Santa. Okay, we're going to put a hat on him. I have this sparkly, I can't remember what this is called, where you can bring it up and down, but I just love the sparkle in it. He is going to be one fashionable Santa. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie it to his head, right about here, and bring his hat just kind of coming over, and we'll be gluing that. First thing I want to do though is I'm going to put a hole inside of the hat here. Do I have something? So I'm going to have a zip tie on standby, and I'm just going to use my tweezers here and just poke a hole, not through the top part, just the bottom. There we go. There's my tweezers. Get my zip tie. Where did I just put it? And put it right through the hole, just like that. I'm just going to close it. I'm not zipping it up, but I'm just going to close it so it doesn't pop out, because I'm going to do the same on the other side. There we go. And zip tie right through the hole. Oh, I might have to poke it through again. Get it out fast so I don't lose the sight of my hole. There we go. Okay, now I'm not doing it up. Oh darn! As soon as I said that, I did it up. You don't want to do it up. I just don't want to lose it. There we go. I'll just leave that like that. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of stuffing in the hat. Now I have just this fluff fill. You could use plastic bag or anything you want. And I'm just going to put a little bit in there just to give it some like 3D effect. Okay, just on the right here, because I'm going to be folding over the top anyways. Okay, I'm going to take it now and I'm going to zip tie it right to the board. So it depends where you want his hat. If you want it straight on or you want it off to the side. I think I'm going to put it straight on. So if you flip the board over, the center of Santa is where the two hanging holes are, and straight down. So I'm going to see if I can put my zip ties, these two holes and these two holes right here. Okay, so I have my finger on the back side of it so I can see down. Okay, so down one hole and back up the other. There we go. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm just going down the hole, back up the other. There it is. And there's the head of my zip tie. And I'm going to just zip it just a little bit until I get the other side in. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over. We'll do something with these lights in a second. Just tuck it in there. So I went right here. So I want to go right here so his hat's perfectly even. So just got my fingers on the back of the board so I remember where the hole is. Bring the hat over and down one hole and back up the other. Now it helps when the head of your zip tie is in the hat, because it's not going to go through the fabric of the hat. Like the head won't go through. There we go. And then just knead them up. There we go. We hear that zip. Okay. Santa has his hat on and in place. I can now do this one up just a bit tighter. There we go. Cut the tail off. Okay, it's in the center of his face. He's looking so spiffy. I am going to take my hot glue and just run a bead of hot glue right down the edge of his hat here, so the stuffing doesn't fall out, and just put the hat rim down onto the glue. And we'll flip this hat over so I can feel the stuffing. So I'm just going to flip it over to where the stuffing is. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the back of the tip here and put it on the brim of his hat, and then I'm going to put the pom-pom, I'll glue it onto his hair here. All right, and our hat is on nice and secure, so it won't fall off. He is adorable and fashionable, and I think I'm going to give him a little bow down here in the sparkly colors that his hat's in. That is going to be a lot of fun. And he is adorable, and don't forget, he lights up. I stuck my battery pack. You can use Velcro to put on the back of the battery pack. And I don't know if I have any left. I don't think I have any left, but I would put Velcro, just Velcro from the dollar store, on the back with hot glue, and then another strip, the other piece of Velcro on the on top of it with some hot glue, and stick it underneath the board here so it's out of the way. For now, I'm just going to tape it there so it doesn't get in my way. So just tape it and then tape it onto the board. There we go. Let's turn him on. Oh, you can't really see it in the light, but you can see his little blue haze. Now I'm going to make just a super quick fun bow with this ribbon and my scissors and my measure buddy. And I think I'll do, let's do 12-inch loops, I think. Okay, so for the bow, I'm going to do just halfway up the measure buddy, and I think I want a 3-loop bow. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so hold it halfway. There's 1 and 1, 2. So there's 1, 2. 3. And then I'm going to cut it just halfway. Okay. Close the loop a little bit so you can slide it off. And we have loops that are exactly the same. We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to take a zip tie. I'm going to cut just down, right down the center. So fold it over so you can see where the center is. Little slit so that we can twist the bow. Okay. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and a zip tie, Now I like to use zip ties for my bow. And I'm just going to put the pipe cleaner into the slits here. And this is a tail, but I'm going to zip tie it anyways. There we go. Nice and tight, and then you're going to slip a pipe cleaner under the zip tie and then pull tight. Alrighty. Snip that off. Now, I think I just might put just a simple small tail on my bow. 16 inches, let's see. Can always cut it down. It's got lots of glitter. Glitter. Just gonna put this tail right on the back of my pipe cleaner here. Bring it down and twist it on. Alrighty. And then we're gonna pull our bow loops out. So with that slit, it allows you to really pull these loops and put them wherever you want without the bow falling apart. Pretty neat, eh? He's going to be looking so dapper. Alright, I'm going to dovetail the end of the bow. What a cute bow. It's so easy to make. Okay, I'm going to take my Santa and I'm going to put the bow right in the middle of him, which is, again, referring to the hanging holes straight down. This is the middle of Santa. So I'm going to put the pipe cleaners just down these two holes right here. So his bow would be perfectly symmetrical with his hat. So go down one hole, take the other side of the pipe cleaner, go down the other hole, and I'm just going to pull and twist. Okay, and then we'll open up his bow a little bit more. And this matches his hat so perfectly. And there we go. He is one handsome fella. Look how cute he is. With his sparkly hat. Flip it up so you can see some of the green. His cute face. His very full and very large head. And of course his dapper blingy bow. And now Christmas can commence. We have done the Unique in the Creek Santa board. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and can't wait to see your designs. And be sure to subscribe onto our YouTube channel, Unique in the Creek. All right, bye, everybody.